for Brooklyn. Finally, we get to stop talking about this team and actually get to see them in action. Feels like it's been a long offseason. Okay, the Brooklyn Nets have a lot of experience.
Well, they're good, Ernie, but I don't think they can go all the way. They have too many holes on their rosters, and they only have 1 or 2 years before they get too old.
What do you consider yourself, experienced or old?
Legendary.
Oh, excellent point, but that wasn't one of the options. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Get on your feet. It's time to meet the starting lineup for your Brooklyn Nets. A 6'9" forward from Russia, Kirilenko. That's small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 44. Bojan Bogdanovic. In the middle, 6 feet 10 inches, number 1, Mason Plumlee. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 44, Drazen Petrovic. Starting at the other guard, standing 6'8", number 32, Quincy Miller. The head coach of your home team is Ryan Hollins.
.2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. This is 2K Sports bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, calling the action with my broadcast partners. Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. It'll be the Wizards off the tip. And now Washington starting group. Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Pierce and Nene filling up the forward spots. And it's Hart in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Wall. Here's Nene. And hit the turnaround jumper.
Great look. Disappointing result.
Most times he knocks that one down.
Nene, I think, an underrated defensive player. Not a big shot blocker, but he has tremendous size and strength, and he can move laterally. So he can really move and cover the pick and roll and switch on to guards, an effective defender.
On defense, Washington. The feed to Plumlee. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. Getting the ball inside early.
Well, it worked to perfection there. I like the game plan. Get it inside, force the defense to react, and then play off your big man.
Here's Nene. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Lionel Hollins. And Doris, what'd you find out?
He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, saying, he's one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double some and force other players to make shots. He's one of the greats. You enjoy the challenge of playing against him and just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
Thank you, Doris. Kirilenko the pass to Jackson. 3 on the clock. Here's the 3. Count that one. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And a lot of times his first quarter seems to dictate how big of a role he plays later on, and he's off to the good start.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Now the dish to Nene. Stolen by Jackson. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Pass to Petrovic. Here's Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. Right side Jackson from 17 feet out. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
And the Wizards with possession, trailing by 5. Nene with the screen on Jackson. It's Wall with the drive. Outside Pierce. 6 on the shot clock. Will it go? And Nene with the lay-in. Good. Nene's got his first points of the game.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Nets leading by 3. Jackson with it. 5 points in the game. Passes to Petrovic. There's a screen. Dishes it to Plumlee. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it. The bump and the bucket. Mason Plumlee was a tad old for an NBA rookie last season. He turned 24 in March. That perhaps affected his draft stock, but it certainly got him to the NBA with an NBA-ready frame. And I like his mobility and quickness as a big man.
Now here's Wall. Nene's setting the pick for Wall. And it's Pierce in the corner. Outside Wall. And the basket good.
And Plumlee's role on the Nets, attacking the rim and converting at over 70% at the basket last season, and an overall field goal percentage of almost 66%. Excellent efficiency.
Here's Petrovic following the basket by John Wall. Kicks it to Jackson. Right side Jackson. 13 feet away. Again, the Nets for 2. Mason Plumlee a pleasant surprise with his shot blocking last season.
Yeah, he doesn't have super long arms, but he's got major bounce ability, and that served him well as he transitioned from college, where he wasn't a huge shot blocker, to the NBA, where he's shown some prowess in that area.
Pierce. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Paul Pierce, a 16-year veteran, and last season his first not in a Celtics uniform. It took some getting used to, both for him and for us.
Boy, you just had to love the reception for Pierce and KG in their first game back in Boston. No surprise there. The fans there, some of the best in the league, and they showered those guys with tremendous love, cheers, and appreciation. Well deserved for what they've contributed as Celtics and certainly as NBAers.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Steve, no less than the great Celtic John Havlicek dubbing Paul Pierce as the greatest one-on-one scorer in Celtics history.
They have a 10th overall pick back in 1998. What a find. I mean, you could argue that he and Dirk Nowitzki were the 2 best players drafted that night.
Here's Petrovic. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Launches a 3. No good. And Washington. Now here's Pierce. Shoots it. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
Outside Jackson. To the left side wing. Here's Petrovic. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the timeout and give yourself a chance to regroup.
Wizards trail by 4. And Wall. Here we go now. The shot is off.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Almost, but it rolls out.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
The step back jumper is good.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Petrovic. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Here's Jackson. True on the 14-footer. Jackson's got 9 points.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
And Wall kicks to Nene. He dishes it to Beal. Pass to Pierce. Outside, Wall. Goes up with a strike. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
The Nets with the lead. Here's Petrovic. They set the pick. Outside Kirilenko. Jackson against Wall. Jackson passes to Bogdanovich. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jackson misses.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Washington had its best season in recent memory this last year, and a lot of their wins came from how fast they were out of the gate. They always seem to start on point.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Left side Jackson. Rebound by the Wizards.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Soft touch off the glass. Jackson's got 11 points.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Washington calls timeout. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. So for the Wizards. And here is Gortat. Now Porter. Humphries dishes to Porter. Shot clock at 6. And it's Miller penetrating. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Shaq with it. Feeds to Freeland. There's the pass to Karasov. That's good. Karasov's got his first bucket of the night.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Miller outside. Gortat with a screen on Jack. Over to the wing. Humphrey sets a pick for Porter. Stripped it away. And Karasov kicks to Jack. He feeds it to Teletovic. Deep 2 from Anderson. And it's Rice with the rebound.
That's not his shot there, guys. And whether you play D on him or not, he's usually going to miss that one.
Here is Miller. 1:06 left in the first. He kicks to Porter. Humphrey sets a pick for Porter. Back to Miller. Clock at 6. And he gets the bucket. Miller's got his second basket of the night. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first. Outside check. There's the feed to Karsov. Shot off the screen. Good as the jump shot falls. Karsov's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Gortat with a screen on Jack. Rice passes to Porter. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Rice kicks to Miller. 5 on the clock. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Wizards have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Both free throws good for Miller.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Here's Jack. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
That can be so demoralizing for the team that gives up a shot like that to close out a quarter.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Nets lead by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Nets leading by 4. So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. We've got Otto Porter Jr. Gortat is out there with Humphries. And it's Andre Miller. And it's Rice in at the 2. Now here is Jack. Down low. Shot clock at 6. Porter against Anderson. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. O'Brien, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Jarrett Jack. Wizards trail by 4.
Talk about a come-from-behind story. The Nets were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference before the calendar turned to 2014, but they slowly climbed their way back up the ladder, ended up having an excellent season.
Jackson, he's checked in for Karsov. And then for Washington, Brown comes in for Gortat. And it's Blair in for Chris Humphries. And Washington has possession. And Blair kicks to Miller. The dish now to Porter. Shot clock at 6. And it's Miller penetrating. That's good. Miller's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Wizards. The Nets would end with a 500 record against the rest of the East, and That may not seem impressive, but Clark, in context, it means a lot.
Yeah, you know, there was talk early on, Kevin, during the season last year. Even if they would make the playoffs, they kind of stumbled out of the gate, and Lopez goes down. But you got to give that team credit and the staff. I mean, they got the ship turned around, and they fought back when they needed to and acquitted themselves well.
Here's Miller following the bucket by the Nets. Pass to Porter. Miller outside. It's Porter. It's out the key. Puts up a three. Miller, no luck. Nets leading by 4. Outside Jackson. An easy layup after coming off the pit. Jackson's got 13 points. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Rice. Back to Miller. 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. Rice, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Jackson with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Jackson dishes to Teletovic. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Wizards trail by 6. And it's Miller penetrating. The 9-footer's on the mark. Miller's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him. Get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Now here's Jackson. 13 points in the game. Passes it to Brown. Jackson kicks to Anderson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
The Nets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
Well, you look at the Wizards, they've got an interesting mix of younger players and veterans, and they had tried to build their team with younger players, but a lack of leadership and maturity and professionalism led them to make some trades for more veteran presence, and you need a nice blend if you're going to win at a consistent level and get to the playoffs, and the Wizards got all the way to the second round as a result.
Good on the second free throw. And for a Wizards team that has mixed results in the draft, trading for proven veterans, Steve, certainly makes some sense.
Yeah, but it may also limit their upside. I mean, that's the trade-off with a solid veteran front line and a young developing backcourt. You have to see if they can continue to climb in the East.
Here's Bottoms. Misses from close range. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Andre Kirilenko, best known for his defense, but very sneaky on the offensive end. He said, in America, they're so concentrated on the individual game, beating your man one-on-one. I've never been a great shooter, but moving without the ball is underestimated and undervalued. If you can find the opportunities, you can be twice as effective. Kevin?
A great passer, too, Doris. He keeps it moving offensively. Thanks. Here is Wall. Following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Here's Hart. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Bottoms got 6.
Pretty much no chance for the smaller defender to block that jumper.
Yeah, he knows exactly how to use his size to his advantage there.
Anderson against Pierce. It's Anderson with the drive. Outside for Jackson. Pierce with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Shot's good. Now just a 4-point Nets lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Anderson, a screen on Beal. And they double up Jackson.
That's a jump ball.
So it's Brooklyn now. Lock at 6. From deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. It's Wall with the drive. That's good. Wall's got 6 points.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Brooklyn making some changes. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Allen Anderson. And Petrovic subbed in for Brown. And a switcher also for Washington. Nene, he's checked in for DeJuan Blair. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Petrovic. Dishes it to Jackson. Looking for Kirilenko. He gets it there. Plumlee, the pass to Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Beal. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, the Wizards very high on their young, athletic backcourt of John Wall and Bradley Beal. Both so young and lively. They can run the floor and score. I get the feeling they feel like the backcourt is really the foundation for this franchise moving forward.
And Beal with his great outside shooting. A nice compliment to John Wall.
You know, you watch Wall, how much he's improved as a shooter, but he's best really attacking off the dribble. With Beal spacing the floor, I think they make a nice 1-2 punch.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Well, you saw it a little at the back of his rookie year, and he continued it last season. Brad Beal is going to be a dynamic scoring guard in this league.
Now here's Jackson. 13 points in the game.
It'll be a jump ball.
Brooklyn with the ball. It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Kirilenko. Kicks the Wall. Nene, the screen. Wall attacking. So they take the lead. Wall's got 4 points now in the quarter. And Bradley Beal listed at 6'5" in his shoes, but he plays bigger.
Yeah, he's from a football family. He'll throw his weight around to get a rebound. He still needs to work on getting to the basket. But I think this guy has a tremendous future.
Timeout called, the Nets. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. So important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
Bogdanovich passes to Petrovic. 5 to shoot. Shot to stop the drought. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Here's Bottoms. He has 6. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Out of bounds, the Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Brooklyn making some changes. Joel Freeland comes in for Plumlee. And Jared Jack has subbed in for Jackson.
Jared Jack.
Just 2 to shoot. Here's Hart. And the shot no good, a bit short.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Wall against Jack. And Freeland kicks to Kirilenko. Here's Petrovic. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Washington calls timeout. Andrei Kirilenko dealing with injury issues last season with Brooklyn. Back spasms cost him almost 2 full months to start the year. And then, Steve, even in his return, he admitted he wasn't 100%.
Yeah, the calf was a problem most of the season. So big reduction in his minutes and scoring, but still a valued contributor for the Nets.
Washington with the ball. They trail by 1. Wall, that's good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field.
And for Kirilenko, I mean, he said he stopped paying attention to his stats last season. His focus was on doing the best he could to elevate the Nets in the win column. And they made a push late in the season.
Here's Petrovic, lock at 6. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Petrovic has got 4 this quarter. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game. And Kirilenko, a great value signing for the Nets. Owed $10 million in his contract with the Wolves. He opted out and signed a deal with the Nets for the mid-level, which is about a third that much. And it did raise some eyebrows.
Here's Petrovic. He's got 6. Outside check. The fadeaway. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Kevin, gorgeous fadeaway there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Washington trailing. Pierce with the screen on Jack. And Wall kicks to Beal. Renee setting the pick for Beal. Plenty of space. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
The Nets have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Wall against Jack. The pass to Petrovic. Puts up the baby hook. That one rolling around and rims out.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Beal kicks to Wall. He dishes it to Beal. Back to Wall. Left side, Wall. Shoots a fader. No luck.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. It's the Wizards. They finish off the second quarter on a 15-6 run. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Bradley, a nice flow to the offense tonight. What's been enabling you guys to get the rhythm going?
Just open looks and being aggressive. I mean, we were able to get to the basket a few times. The guys are knocking down open shots when we have the opportunity to. I mean, and the shots are actually falling nice, so that's all it is.
It's been pretty to watch, Bradley. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
What a great game for Miller in this one. 13 points and 4 assists.
We are seeing him at his very best today. So much fun to watch.
And you know when he's at his best, it's amazing the things he can do.
Bogdanovich out there with Plumlee. Then there's Petrovic. And it's Andre Kirilenko. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. So that's the group for Lionel Hollins as we begin the second half. 6 on the shot clock. Connects on the foul line jumper. Jackson's got the first basket of the second half here for Brooklyn. And Clark and Steve, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither side really able to create much of a cushion at all. So, which team can make a little run here? We'll see.
That hook shot was softer than whipped cream and cotton ball. His post game is simply fantastic.
Petrovic with the pass to Jackson. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Jackson's got 17. Well, the Wizards shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Beal dishes to Nene. From past the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Jackson kicks to Plumlee. On the wing, Jackson. And they double up Jackson. Clock at 6. Bogdanovich, no luck. Nets did a great job of winning games they needed to here at home, and it had to do with their shooting.
Yeah, you look at some of the split stats, and the Nets were an elite shooting team when they were at home.
Now here's Pierce. Now here's Beal. Hart. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Really an extraordinary game for Bottoms. 8 rebounds and 13 points.
Brooklyn trailing. On the wing, Jackson, covered by Wall. With the fadeaway. Jackson missing again.
As you said, the Nets shooting their way to most victories here at Barclays. 28 home wins on the year for them.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Bradley Beal.
Wizards foul call. Nene. That's his first personal foul.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Quincy Miller. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Jackson. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Wall passes to Beal. Back to Wall from outside the arc, and he gets it to go. Wall's got 13.
And those 28 home wins for the Nets was the 3rd best mark in the Eastern Conference. It really shows you just how tough they were to beat in this building.
Now here is Kirilenko. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Andre Kirilenko, a terrific player over his 12-year career, an all-star in 2004, first-team all-defense in 2006, still going strong.
And Kirilenko, a good defender, as we know, good ball handling, good passer. Not a really consistent outside shooter throughout his career, though.
Yeah, but he's one of the best in the league at moving without the ball, so he gets some easy opportunities that way. He's always diving to the basket at the right time, and again, that points to not only skill, but also IQ.
He hits both from the stripe. Washington leading now by 3. Wall dishes to Beal. Wall against Jackson. Nene with the screen on Jackson. Outside Pierce. Just 5 to shoot. Beal gets a wide open look. Misses the 3.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, common wisdom among players is that it's better to be an unrestricted free agent than a restricted one. However, a recent study found that comparable players ended up making more money in restricted free agencies. Teams know they have to overpay to avoid a player's team matching that offer. Kevin?
Oh, some good examples from this offseason, Doris. Great job. Thanks.
Yeah, the contracts given to Chandler Parsons and Gordon Hayward come to mind. I mean, both were able to command max salaries despite not yet being star caliber.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Bradley Beal. Pass to Bogdanovich. All sorts of time. Bank shot. No good. Wizards leading by 3. Pass to Hart. The 10-footer. Here's Nene, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
He really didn't give the official any choice, Kevin. Way too much body-to-body contact there. And tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he didn't get hit with a flagrant 2 foul, which would be an ejection.
Yeah, he would have been out of the game if he had, and the league is doing everything it can to protect its players. And you know, Steve, I think the officials have a really good understanding here of when to issue those unnecessary contact calls.
Nene, a 6'11" Brazilian big man, strong and quick-footed with a nice touch. He's a quality two-way player. And for him, as it is the case with a lot of players, it's about health. You know, over the course of his 12-year career, he's missed almost a third of available games due to injury.
Brooklyn making some changes. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Bogdanovich. Anderson comes in for Andrei Kirilenko. And it's Karasov in for Petrovic. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Gortat's checked in for Bottoms. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Paul Pierce. Unrise Jr. he's checked in for Beal. And Miller's subbed in for John Wall. Here's Nene out left to the wing. Porter kicks to Miller. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Chris Humphries is checked in for Nene.
Chris Humphries.
Nets trail by 4. Here's Karasov. Outside Jackson. And here's Anderson for 3. And the Nets miss again. The Wizards have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Miller outside. Humphrey sets a pick for Miller. Unloads from 13. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. There's the screen. Here's Karasov. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now, here is Miller. He's got 10. Rice passes to Gortat. Baseline J on the way. No good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Jackson kicks to Teletovic. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Nice ball movement by Washington. Feeds it to Miller. In the corner, Gortat with it. 6 to shoot. He kicks it to Rice. That one off the back iron and out. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Joel Freeland, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Quincy Miller. It's Brown on the wing. Covered by Miller. Clock at 6. Brown dishes to Anderson. For the tie, there's the block. And here's Miller. 10 points for him. He feeds it to Porter. Back to Miller. The dish to Porter. Here's Rice. He's covered by Anderson. Left side Anderson. Brown outside. Here's Teletovic. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Teletovic just got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
And Washington has possession. Miller outside. Humphries with a screen on Brown. The feed to Rice. Passes to Humphries. Shot to end this cold run. Here's Karasov. He's got 6. Anderson outside. Dishes to Teletovic. Clock at 6. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Here's Rice. He's covered by Brown. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, one of the things the Nets did last year that was pretty impressive, they found value in a number of players who had been overlooked by other teams in the league.
With the Nets, they did make strong role players out of guys that Steve didn't seem to be on anyone's radar.
Well, it gave them a lot of flexibility over the summer in terms of what they wanted to do personnel-wise. You can never discount how much that can shape the future of a franchise.
He's off on the first. Jarrett Jack is checked in for the Nets. And a switcher also for Washington. Brown's checked in. And he can't hit the second.
After a 5-year absence from the playoffs, the Wizards were able to get back into the postseason last year. Big step for the franchise.
Shaq with it, now guarded by Porter. And Jack, here we go. The shot is off.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Miller, the pass to Porter. Over to the wing. Rice kicks to Brown. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And the Wizards certainly turned some heads in their postseason run. A team considered to be an afterthought in the playoffs, but they did as well as any could have hoped for in terms of getting to the second round and pushing the Pacers to 6 games in that round.
So it's Washington now, following the bucket by the Nets. Cannot hit. Here's Karasov. He's got 8. Brown kicks to Jack. Here's Anderson. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Anderson's got his second basket of the night. Well, with the Wizards, a good postseason run, taking care of business, beating Chicago in the first round, and then Clark put a scare into the Pacers in the second.
Exactly, Kevin. There was a rumor that some teams were trying to make it where they would face the Wizards in the playoffs, thinking they were weak and an easy opponent. I'm not sure if those rumors are true, and the Wizards certainly showed they're very formidable and will be good going forward.
Brooklyn making some changes. Andre Kirilenko's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. And it's Bogdanovich in for Anderson. Martell Webster, he's checked in for Washington. Now here's Porter. Miller outside. Kicks to Porter. There's a screen by Gortat. Back to Miller. The pass to Webster. Looking to end the run. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good by Gortat.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Outside Jack, and the three ball is good. Jack's got 7 points. We've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets out in front. They're up by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And now we present our State Farm assist. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Jackson.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assists like the one we just saw.
Here is Wall. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Wizards. Webster and Nene, they're the forwards. Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. And it's Hart in at the 5. Here's Petrovic. And they double up Jackson. Plumlee sets the pick for Jackson. Pass to Petrovic. Shot clock at 5. Outside for Jackson. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Wizards.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Now here's Beal. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Webster.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Of course, they have to stay hot, but if they do, I think you're right, Clark, particularly if they can convert defense into offense.
Even though the Nets staged a great comeback last season, you have to wonder if they'll view what they did as a disappointment.
They did bring in some big-name stars, but still ended up, I think, right in the middle of the playoff pack in the East and perhaps fell a little short of what they hoped to accomplish last season.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
And for most teams, that would be good enough, being in the middle of the pack. What the Nets did last year, but they've been trying to climb into that elite tier in the East, and it didn't happen.
Pierce is checked in for Webster. Jackson hits both of them.
You know, moving up in the conference standings, Brooklyn's window, to me, might be closing as it relates to making that jump because they've had to trade away future assets to close the talent gap with the top teams, and that's put them in a tough spot going forward.
Wall attacking. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Nets leading by 4. Beal with the steal. Here's Wall using his post move to get the 2 points.
That's a big basket there, and you can expect him to be very involved and aggressive the rest of the way.
The Nets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Plumlee sets the pick for Jackson. Pass to Bogdanovich. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Petrovic. 4 on the shot clock. No good from outside.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Now here's Jackson. Plumlee sets the pick for Jackson. Tries again, and he gets it to go. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Wall passes to Hart. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Karolinko to the lane, and he dunks it down. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Here's Wall. After the basket by Brooklyn. They get it back. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Nene.
Love the way he fought for that putback. You know, he's willing to put in a lot of hard work in this game, no doubt about that.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The Wizards making the playoffs last season for the first time in the last 6 years, playing around 500 basketball. Steve, what's the upside for this team in your opinion?
Well, their depth and history of injuries have to be a concern, Kevin. I mean, in the East, they'll remain a playoff team, but a contender for the title, I don't know.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Lionel Hollins as he addressed his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Jackson connects from three-point range. Jackson's got 26.
And, you know, part of the depth issue for the Wizards is they struggled to find difference makers in the draft. Aside from taking John Wall first overall back in 2010, their selections have more than often left a bit to be desired.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Here's Petrovic. Jackson drives in, and the layup falls. Jackson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, you look at some of the best picks in Wizards history. Earl the Pearl Monroe, Les Unseld. Great players, but not as many great picks. And that's frankly why this has been one of the NBA's less successful teams over there.
Pierce, good.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Nets leading by 4. Outside Jackson. Plumlee sets the pick for Jackson. Down low. Here's Petrovic, covered by Wall. That's good. And the Nets lead by 6.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Now the pass to Hart. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Jackson passes to Petrovic. Here's Plumlee. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bottoms got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Wall passes to Hart. Three-pointer. And yes, sir, that one drops. Now just a 1-point Nets lead.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games, Steve.
Outside Jackson. Rejected by Pierce. And here we go. Washington fast break to take the lead. Jackson inside. Here's Bogdanovich. Oh, that's blocked. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Wall's running. That gives them the lead. 16 points here for Beal.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Here's Petrovic over in the corner. Kirilenko. It's tipped. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jackson passes to Petrovic. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Feeds it to Beal. From the corner. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And it's a 3-point Wizards lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Jackson with it. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Petrovic. Can't get it to go. Now Washington takes it the other way. Outside, Wall. Here's Hart. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Jackson. Shoots off the screen, and he hits the jump shot. Jackson's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Pierce inside the three-point line. Another one falls for Washington. Jackson with it. Fires from 14. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
So important in the fourth quarter to make shots. He's 5 for 7, really answering the bell.
Washington calls timeout. They lead by 1. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. .157 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Bottoms. Wall dishes to Beal. The Wizards working the ball around now. And Wall. Here we go now. And that one's good. Wall's got 20.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trailed by 3. A minute 42 left to play here in the fourth. Jackson pitch to Bogdanovich. Here's Petrovic. He's covered by Beal. Pierce against Kirilenko. On the wing, Jackson. Rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Off target with his 3.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And the shot is good.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
The shot by Pierce will not go. This possession gives them a chance to take the lead.
And they don't want to let it slip away.
Kirilenko against Nene. Shot clock at 6. Here's Petrovic. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Washington has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. To the inside. Jackson against Nene. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Oh, that is a massive shot.
You know it is. He's stepping right into the spotlight.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, you've got the luxury here of running a play, so you want to do something you're comfortable with.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, no need to panic whatsoever. I mean, they're in a very good spot right here.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Wall passes to Beal. Outside, Pierce. Bullseye! Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're behind by 2. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, what do you think, Clark? You go for the 2 or the 3 here?
I don't think you choose one or the other ahead of time. I think you try to take what's available. You get the best shot as quickly as you can.
Six seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's off. Here's Plumlee. No good.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Mason Plumlee. 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And so it's Washington who scrape by with the win. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Bradley, in a game that's so closely contested like this one tonight, is this the type of competitive game down the stretch that you live for as a player?
It always is, because that's just the competitiveness of the game, man. I mean, it was a great game today. And I mean, down the stretch, you should always want the ball in your hands, and it should always be a pressure situation. I mean, you should always live for moments like that.
You love winning time moments, Bradley. Thanks for the time tonight, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.